Oh, wait, we're on now. There was supposed to be an intro, but I guess not. Marco, what's the word, my guy?
What up? What up?
Marco, you're everywhere. I see you over there with hanging out with my guy Royce the 5'9".
Oh yeah.
You popping, dog? What's popping? What's going on over there? Are you on tour?
Another thing I did, which people don't know about because it has not, Lennox has not released it, but I'm co-hosting a podcast with Lennox Lewis. We recorded.
No way.
Yeah. We recorded one episode. Hopefully we're recording another one soon.
How'd that go?
One episode. Oh, I'm hearing myself talk now for some reason.
Oh no, that was my fault. I was sharing the link. How did that go?
It was dope. Yeah, it was dope. We talked about, we have mutual friends in common. I'm mad cool with my brother Hassim Rahman and Jeremy Williams, who he sparred, but it was dope. Yeah, man. Lennox he's one of my goats, heavyweight goats. People
100%.
People argue with me about this, but
what's the argument? Like, I mean,
no. Wait, listen to this one. I think there's an argument. People go crazy when I say this. That Lennox Lewis is a better fighter than Muhammad Ali. Now, wait. Yeah. In the ring, not out the ring. Out the ring, nobody touches Ali. In the ring, I think Lennox Lewis was a better fighter and had a better career.
He had a crazy career. He beat Tyson bad. I mean, he
beat twice, even though they gave it a draw.
Yeah,
he beat everybody. Now he
didn't have McCall, right? Oliver McCall.
Yeah, Oliver McCall lost, and Hassim, they both beat him, but Lennox knocked them out. And Lennox is one of only 5 heavyweights in history to have ever beaten every man they faced, which means even if they lost to somebody, they rematched them and they beat them. So they've beaten everybody he's ever faced, he's beaten. And
he made McCall quit, literally. Like, wasn't he like crying in the corner?
McCall had a breakdown. Yeah, I don't know if Lennox made him do that. It was probably in McCall. But yes, McCall started crying, and he was I think later he said he was on crack around that time, so that had a lot to do with it.
A lot of people try to downplay the UK fighters. I think it is too. I think that's part of it.
We did here, didn't we? Think that here, like back in I told Lennox, I'm like, yo, honestly, back in the day, us New Yorkers thought you were soft because you're British. And it's stupid. Yeah. But we did, and it's stupid.
No, 100%, and it's crazy. It's kind of similar to hip hop, like in regards to like how New York hip hop. London has their own scene, and it's pretty big, right? But they kind of downplay it for what we do. It's really, really weird, man. But if you're from the UK, and I've been to the UK, and bro, it's hood as hell, like some parts.
Is it?
What? Hell yeah, dog. Like, there's some parts, bro, you be like, yo, where you have me at, bro? Like, it's that.
I've been there, and this shit all looked mad. Like
bro.
The Tudors to me.
You gotta go to like certain hood spots like South London, and it gets a little like they really. Matter of fact, what was their name? When I was out there, I was with these guys that were beefing with Cameron and Joel Santana. I was out there with them, and like those guys are legit, bro. Like they're really about it. But yeah, a lot of people tend to look at UK fighters as soft. They don't give them as much credit, and you can't listen. You can't take away from Lennox. He arguably is top 5, easily at least top 5. If you don't say top 5, then something wrong with you. You know what I mean?
I would say 4th or 5th.
I got Tyson Fury up there too. I have him up there as well in my top 10 heavyweights of all time. I mean, how long has he been undefeated until recent?
Right. I don't put any active fighter in my all-time list because we don't know which way the career is going to go.
I mean, Fury's pretty much to the end of his career, though. Like, he probably has the Usyk rematch, then the 3rd Usyk rematch, then he'll probably fight Anthony Joshua. Then
I wouldn't put him at the top now because because he whooped on Wilder, who now and then his only win is a Klitschko, which was impressive, even though Klitschko was 40.
Yeah,
and then Wilder, who could be looked at as like, okay, one of the hardest punchers ever, if not the hardest puncher ever.
The hardest puncher.
Probably. But who did he?
But wait. Before Wilder lost to Fury, people really believed Wilder took just that one, and he kind of made Wilder what we have today.
Well, Wilder's a 98% knockout rate, so of course people no heavyweight champion has ever had a 98% knockout rate.
Yeah. he's the reason why he's a shell of himself today. And that's what I wanted to get into. Like, I love Deontay Wilder.
They both are. Yeah, they both are a reason why. Yeah, Wilder specifically.
Mhm.
You know, who was I listening to talk? Ishe Smith was talking about this. You know, remember him?
I'm not familiar.
He's a 2000s contender. I think he was a super middleweight.
Okay.
But he said something along the lines, which is totally true. A fighter, when a fighter keeps getting knocked out repeatedly, it starts.
Oh, do the Humpty Hump.
Hold on, this is my kid's school. Hold on.
But I mean, to his point, basically Deontay Wilder, people are asking, is Deontay Wilder going to come back? And listen, the Tyson Fury fight, in my opinion, the trilogy has taken every ounce of drive in Deontay Wilder. Like, he doesn't even look comfortable. He looks gun shy. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. This is a broken man. It's very similar to, in my opinion, what I seen in Adrian Broner, the way he fought. Adrian Broner used to let his hands go, and once he got touched up by Maidana, was kind of trigger shot. But I think this is 1,000 times worse. Like, watching him fight Anthony Joshua, I'm sorry, this weekend against the Big Bang, he did not want to let his hands go at all. And it looked like it was more so he was scared. Hold on, Marco's back. Marco, so I was talking about Deontay Wilder being a shell of himself, and after the Fury fight. And then I fought something else after that, what I wouldn't even care about that. But particularly this fight, you know, he was talking, look, I want it. I want to be back where I'm at, whatever. And watching the fight, it kind of gave me chills in the sense where he did not want to he was holding on to the right hand until the round he got knocked out in. He wasn't letting it go. He looked very hesitant. He didn't look confident in what he was doing. He was pawing his jab, kind of flickering it out there. I mean, he never had a great jab, but the way he was throwing it out there was absolutely terrible.
Nah, he was letting his hands go that last round. He was being his old self. But
no, that particular round.
But that led to his demise.
Yeah. But it also looked like he was so uncomfortable. If you watch the earlier rounds when he's going, he was literally just like holding it the entire time.
I know. That's what he did against Parker the whole fight.
Yeah, and it was crazy because he was just kind of flickering his jab, like it was bad. Like and you know, they were showing him the training and stuff like that. People making fun of it. He just looks like a broken man.
Oh, this shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Like, I don't even know what I was watching, but
I know what I was watching. Well, what do the young kids say? Pause.
Oh my God.
No Diddy. We're watching the no Diddy.
No Diddy. That was the avoid Diddy move. Wow, that's crazy.
The avoid Diddy.
The avoid Diddy move was like, oh.
No Diddy.
Yo, it was crazy. Like, I'm watching it and I'm like, bro, like, his training camp, he clearly must have been questioning it, but he just had no options at that point.
I knew he was. Every interview, it was like he kept trying to defend himself when nobody was attacking him, which showed his insecurity. He was like,
yeah,
people want the whole Wilder. I was a nice guy, but now, you know, the aggression's off the chart. And it was, he kept saying the same thing. Like, now he's going to be mean. Now he's going to be mean. But when you get, what I was saying before was when you get knocked out, it stays in your body. And I've never been knocked out, thank God, but it stays in your body memory. It turns a slight switch on in your head psychologically from like, I can't go down. Like, I've been hit with some good shots. I'm not going to go down. And I don't think I'm going to go down. But if I get with a couple good shots and I start going down or out, you can't unthink that.
It kind of reminds me of when Roy Jones finally got put down by Antonio Tarver. After that, it was like every weekend, hey, Roy's going to fight. He's getting knocked out. It almost put a damper in Roy Jones' career because Roy Jones was so dominant at one time. But once Antonio Tarver put him down, guys with 20 losses were putting him down after that. Like, it was absolutely crazy. So it makes sense what you're saying.
Awful. Greatest fighter of all time, I think, is Roy Jones in his prime. Yet, because of the end of his career, people, you know, He dampened it bad.
I mean, you got to think about it too. He was getting knocked out cold. Like it was to a point where we're like, whoa, Roy, like this, what happened? And people started taking away a lot of Roy's greatness, which is crazy to me. But Deontay Wilder, even when he opened up and you could see he started to pick up, as soon as he got caught with the left, he turned around and asked the ref, like, yo, what just happened? Like, it was crazy. Like, he got hit. He actually turns to the ref when he gets hit. I don't know what he said.
Did you see my video that I put out about it?
No, I didn't get to see it.
I talk about that. He looks at the ref and almost smirks, like
he's not supposed to do that. Like
the shot spun him around.
No, I know that. Like it almost like he told the ref, like, "Hey, guys, he's not supposed to do that."
That is the most clear subconscious version of not wanting to be there that I've ever seen. Subconscious.
It's crazy.
He didn't want to be there. And look, all of those fighters, there's so many days. We've all had days where we don't want to be there. I've had those days. I'm not going to turn my back, but still, you don't want to be there. Because think about it, man. But fighting is not. It's not a normal thing.
It's not.
Our brains are not wired to fight consistently. They're wired to fight sometimes to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
To prolong our lives, to protect our families.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wired to do that. That's why I never went that far in boxing because, like, you know, I had a lot of times where I wanted to, like, I was in a bad mood. I was frustrated. I wanted to be in the ring, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I want to chill. You know what I mean?
No, it's sad because I think it was the fight after he lost to Fury. He kind of gave a speech where he was kind of like, well, you know, I've made enough money and I'm good. And I don't know. At that point, I thought it was over. I thought, you know what?
He has
made enough money.
He has this community behind him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. There's this it's a community. There's a big community online too of these supporters. And I think that's one of the big reasons why he couldn't walk away. Because people look at him as more than just a fighter. He's like their leader in a way.
Really?
Boxing community. Oh yeah. He's, you know, it's mostly like he leads like he just leads this community, and I think that's why he couldn't walk away because he gets all this love and all this people looking up to him, and you know, that's why I think personally.
No, I mean, it makes sense, but at the end of the day, bro, he's the one risking his life. He's the one fighting guys. The guy almost outweighed him by 60-something pounds, which is absolutely insane, by the way.
70.
I'm sorry, 70. I apologize. I mean,
Fury outweighed him by 70. This guy outweighed him by Fury outweighed him by 60. Mm-hmm. This guy outweighed him by 70. Yeah.
I mean, you're getting hit on by big guys. If you're not mentally there, you're not going to be physically there either. Like he really was. He looked the part. He was. I think he showed up at like 218 pounds. Right?
No. 13 or 14.
That's crazy.
He should have. What he should have done.
Yeah.
To really solidify his career.
Yeah.
He should have went down to cruiser. Right.
You think you make cruiser?
And yeah, it's 10 it's 10 pounds ish he would have to lose.
Okay.
And unify cruiser. Which, and you know, the guys don't hit as hard, less risk.
Yeah, but I feel what you're saying, but I just don't feel like his heart is in it no more.
No, it's not.
I think it comes a point in a sport, and you know, one of my better friends, he was an athlete. He was driven to play years, and he said, you know, once he knew it was it. It was like, yo, I can't do this anymore. I think in boxing, boxers is more prideful in any sport because, you know, it's one-on-one, and you know, look at Floyd. He's still fighting exhibition matches. Like, I mean, people can say whatever they want.
Floyd needs money. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't care.
I agree with that too. I agree with that.
I don't care.
But still, man, let's say Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao don't need the money. Manny doesn't need the money.
Probably not.
He wants to go fight Terrence Crawford. Like, he's insane. Like, he wants to go fight these. I mean, but that's somebody that wants to prove to himself.
We don't know. We also don't know what it's like to get that crack. Like, fighting at that level is crack. Is pure liquid crack through an IV. You're just like, there's no high. I fought at a way lower level than that, and I get amped. Like, I could imagine, you know, 20,000 people watching, and then you get off and online, everybody's talking about you, and like that's why they keep doing it, I think.
Yeah. No, listen, 100%. And listen, it comes to a point where you're right. It becomes a cult. Like you're not following the team. You're not following the Islanders or the Mets. You're following a particular individual that has everyone's attention, who's pretty much the baddest man on the planet. So I get it. But to me, when I watch Wilder, it doesn't even seem like he's interested anymore. It's just like,
no, he's not.
It doesn't.
It's also an ego thing,
Mhm.
when you literally knock out everybody you've ever faced,
Yeah.
43 times, right?
Yeah.
42 knockouts out of 43 wins.
Mm-hmm.
You knock out everybody you fought, and then finally you lose. That's such a straight right hand to your ego that it's hard to digest that. And I think that's what happened.
No, absolutely. And I remember even when Mike Tyson was fighting, right? It was like a air of invincibility. People were petrified. People wouldn't even want to get in the ring with him. It was kind of the same thing with Deontay Wilder. People were petrified to get in the ring.
And even Mike didn't knock out everybody in his prime.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
even close.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's why when people say, "Oh, he knocked out all cab drivers," I'm like, "Yeah. Why don't you try and knock out cab drivers?
Yeah.
Why don't you try and knock out 43 toddlers? I bet you can't do it."
Especially when the majority of fights, these guys are outweighing you by a lot. Like he's not fighting smaller guys.
That's a good one too. And
He's fighting big dudes, bro. I mean,
he's the weight of an average fighter back when Muhammad Ali fought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's 40 years behind in his size. 215 was Ali, was Frazier. Foreman was barely 220. People don't know that.
No.
220 tops. People think
later in his career he got bigger, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Later in his career.
No, I'm talking about the 70s Foreman.
Yeah, facts.
That's how big Deontay is. He's 40 years behind. He's not even the 90s when Tyson was 225. 225, right? 230.
It's crazy. If you really think about it, people do want to take, and it's crazy because once you take that loss, a lot of people take, like Errol Spence. As great as Errol Spence has been, he took that loss, and a lot of people look at him as dog shit right now, which is crazy. He took a loss to Bud.
Yeah, that's one loss is but he looks so bad.
He did, but so does Deontay. I mean, listen, the age, the way you take care of yourself. I mean, again, I don't know what Deontay's done outside.
Errol tried though, at least. Deontay doesn't really. Deontay tried one round, but look how quick he got picked apart when he tried.
See, but that's the aftermath of him trying 3 times against Fury. He really wanted those fights against Fury.
Yeah, the Fury fights, he looked. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it really took a lot out of him.
Yeah, I mean, bro, when he lost that 3rd fight, man, you could see it in him. Like, it just sapped all of the energy out of him. Like, it was just like, and you got to think about it. Those were wars. Like, he really took beatings in, I think, the last.
I mean, they weren't really wars, man.
Well, he took a beating. He took a beating.
He landed literally maybe no more than 5 total clean shots, and because he hit so hard, those happened to drop Fury. But my problem with him was the way he reacted. I was a big Wilder fan until he reacted the way he reacted after losing to Fury.
It's an ego trip, man. I mean, look.
But you have a whole community, Norbs, that'll sit here and argue with us and start screaming how Fury's a fucking dirty cheater and he cheated and it's proven. Community also, Deontay Wilder has a huge community behind him. There's something about the power that he exemplified, I think.
No, listen, he tried to beat up my man Charlie Z. I've seen the fire in him.
Nah, Charlie Z came to him though. Charlie Z came to him.
First of all, Charlie Z is the greatest fighter to ever live. I don't want to hear it.
I've talked to Charlie before.
That's my guy. I talked to him too. That's my guy.
Oh, you talked to him still? What was
so last time I talked to Charlie was maybe like a year ago, year and a half.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he was in Poland or some shit.
I don't know where he was at, but he was still fighting guys on the street.
Out.
He is fucking hilarious, bro.
But like Deontay Wilder led a fucking movement of people because I think he exemplified strength. There is no man stronger in this world than a professional boxer who has knocked out everybody they fought. At the time, it was everybody. There's nobody strong. Like, picture that. So fans, they tie their own lives to fighters. A lot of people do it with baseball teams, basketball teams, whatever.
Particularly boxers, though, too. And
boxers, they do it. So
and communities as well, race.
That's why you get these guys like so angry. Like, you fight, you're a fucking Spence hater. Fuck you. It's like, yo, just because I think somebody might lose doesn't mean I hate the other guy. Like,
trust me, I know.
So so Wilder led this movement. So I think that had a big thing to do with why he kept going, because maybe he feels like he's letting down so many people who look at him for strength, because they do.
No, 100%. I mean, where he comes from, I mean, he came
from the hood, even though it's not a hood that you and me are used to, because it's in the South. It's still a hood.
Yeah.
And I came from the hood. Like, I grew up in Hell's Kitchen. Like, you grew up in fucking Bensonhurst, which was kind of a hood, I guess.
Most of the times. No, but at the end of the day, he did come from the bottom. He started late. He represented a lot of people that believed they could do it. A lot of people think, you got to be in there as an amateur. You got to do this. That's another thing he did.
So when he fails, people start thinking, well, damn, I might fail. So instead of accepting that, it's like, no, he didn't fail. He got cheated, and then that narrative starts.
Let me ask you a question. Can you imagine if Deontay Wilder fought or had like an amateur background or had like trained as a kid? How much greater he probably would have been?
I don't know, man. Deontay Wilder, and don't get me wrong, by the way, about the Fury thing. Fury is known to be a dirty guy. Like, it is possible that he cheated a little bit. I don't know. I don't think that's why Fury. I don't think that's why he lost. I think Fury just was a better fighter. But, there's usually a balance in life. There's probably a little bit of both. But anyway, I don't think Wilder. I think, remember Prince Nassim Hamed?
Yes.
Okay, Prince is one of my favorite fighters to watch. Right?
Hilarious. Mm-hmm.
I think he had his own style, which worked. I think Wilder had his own style. It was wild, right? He didn't have fundamentals, but he didn't need it. Roy Jones, you didn't see Roy Jones doing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No,
he was just naturally gifted, though, man. Like, he was just.
But my point is, sometimes awkward styles work. You don't always have to be textbook to be successful.
True, but sometimes that early training makes you a different athlete. It's like if you're playing basketball, it's just fundamentals. Some fundamentals, if you're fundamentally sound and can punch like Wilder, it's completely unbelievable. It's insane. But at the end of the day, you can't take away from what Wilder's accomplished. Like you said, 98% knockout ratio. Started late in his life boxing. Was working he was working some BS job before he really became pro. Like, he's a story that a lot of people do. You're right, that they appreciate. And I'll tell you this: I wish he would have retired after the Fury fight. I mean, I think people are going to dump on his legacy now because of the last two, losing to the Big Bang and whatever. But honestly, bro, you got to take your hat off to this dude, what he accomplished, man. But a lot of times people remember, like I said, about Roy Jones. Roy Jones was getting knocked out. Bro, I think he's been knocked out like 6 different times or something like that, or maybe more.
No, man.
And a lot of people tend to remember those things. Joe says Wilder doesn't have the boxing skills, neither does Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury definitely has boxing skills. Stop that. This guy's 6'9", he's a very good fighter. Doesn't smoke the mirrors. They were all self-hyped and had one big fight. Fighting real boxers is tough, I think. I mean, Tyson Fury is very agile for a guy his size. I mean, what is he, 6'9"? He's pretty agile. He's got really good boxing skill. But listen, would anybody be saying what they're saying now about Fury? I mean, about Wilder if he would have never lost? No, never. I mean, he's taken a couple bad losses and he's just not there. I mean, I think Wilder may just want to go out there, get an easy victory and go home. But at this point, the way he's looking, I don't even know if he can do that at this point.
No, he should retire.
I'm with you. I definitely think he should retire. I think if he retires, where do you rank Deontay Wilder of all time? Marco.
Oh, wait. What happened?
Yeah.
Damn, I swear my computer went out. If he retires, where do I rank him all time?
Yeah. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Okay.
But based on now, it's criteria, right?
Okay.
This is all subjective. My criteria, I would make him a Hall of Famer based on the fact that he has a 98 knockout percentage as a heavyweight champion, that he's knocked out 42 out of 43 victories at the championship level.
Yeah.
Now, the counter is, who'd he fight? He fought a lot of contenders. He fought very few champions.
Yeah.
And he fought almost no generational talents. Generational talent would be a Fury, who he lost to.
Yeah.
That's so that's where you.
But also, the heavyweight division is kind of been watered down compared to what it once was as well. But that's not his fault.
No, it's not. That's not. So I would put him in the Hall of Fame based on being the hardest puncher who ever lived.
Yeah.
And you can argue that too. Does just one right hand make him the hardest puncher? George Foreman had power in both hands. Prince Nassim had power in both hands. Prince Nassim had power in every. Prince Nassim knocked dudes out with jabs. So did Sonny Liston. So did Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
But I still would put him there based on his accomplishment.
I mean, Wilder, the fear of when people would get in the ring with Wilder was insane too. Like, it was almost as entertaining to watch guys literally not barely get hit by the right and still go down because they're like, nah, this guy hits too hard. Like he literally crumbled guys' souls, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They hit them. Like I don't think I've ever seen a puncher land a shot like he did, and just even when he landed on Fury in the first fight, where Fury got up like the Undertaker, like that was a shot. Right? That was a shot. I don't know how the hell Fury got up from that.
I know, that was crazy.
And honestly, that might be the greatest recovery from a knockdown I've ever seen in my life. Ever. I don't think I've ever seen anything better than that. I mean, when he looked, he was out.
He did.
He looked, he was completely. He literally rose up and his eyes rolled back. Like I was like, the Undertaker is here. Like it was crazy. But
true.
I mean, listen, Wilder's definitely Hall of Famer to me. I definitely believe, he should leave with all his bearings and everything. He doesn't. He looks like a shaken man. He doesn't even look comfortable in front of a camera anymore. He's saying a bunch of outlandish things. He looks like he's trying, like you said, he looked like he was trying to convince everybody.
Yeah.
And once he got in that fight, I feel like the realization that he was in another big fight hit him once he stepped on the mat in the ring. I don't think it hit him before that. I think it hit him once he walked in the ring, and he just did not look like he wanted to fight. It was one of the worst things I think I've ever seen as a fan of boxing in years. So to me,
terrible.
Shout out to Deontay Wilder. I got the utmost respect for him, but whatever. Shout out to him. But Ryan Garcia, let's move on to the next subject before I got to hang up because my kids are about to bust in the door. Is scheduled to have a presser tomorrow, Tuesday, regarding his hair follicles. Oh no, I'm sorry, not his hair follicles. I'm sorry. Apparently, his team has put out that they were testing the supplements that he used, and 2 of them came up tainted with aspirin. So he's basically admitting that he took it in there. The entire argument of Devin Haney and Victor Conti put it in there has kind of left them, and he's saying that it was his own supplements that were tainted. So where does he go from here? People believe that he took it. I think he knows he's going to get suspended, and he's just going to blame it on that. And I think it's more to save his public image in regards to that. But at the end of the day, if he's admitting that he took it, at this point, you have to suspend. You got to suspend him. It is what it is. Whether he took it or whether, the fact that he's admitting that he took it, I took it, I didn't know. In the NFL, you're responsible, goes into your body, and you performed in that fight versus Devin Haney dirty.
Right.
Now, at the end of the day, do we get a no contest? I don't think they're going to reverse it to a win for Haney. I think it'll be a no contest, and they'll both move forward. But I find it extremely odd that this fight happened April 20th, and we're now in June, and there still has not been a decision made upon that fight. Marco, please give me your insight on everything that's transpiring.
With Haney and Ryan.
Yeah. 'Cause,
'Cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, 'cause, you know, Ryan got caught with having the Austrian in his system.
Mhm.
So the question is it on purpose or was it accidental?
Mhm.
Obviously, in the court of public opinion, if it's accidental, while it's still in his system,
Mhm.
no matter what, the fight should be a no contest,
Mhm.
right? No matter what. Um, but the fact that it's in his system, we need to figure out if he did it on purpose. Now, the problem is we'll never know if he did it on purpose. There's just no way of knowing that.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
no
he said that he accidentally took it, and he didn't know it was in the products that he was taking, that it wasn't on the label.
right, and that's very possible. That happened to Roy Jones.
Mhm.
That's happened to fighters.
Mhm.
That's very possible. I believe in a one strike rule when it comes to this kind of thing because accidents, honest mistakes can happen.
Yeah.
Now, if it ever happens again, there's no excuse because now it's like, okay, now you need to pay super close attention to what you take. I think it should be no contest. I think Devin will be undefeated again. But he's still tarnished in the court of public opinion because he got whooped. And even though the drugs, the punches had to land, now the drug could have made him punch faster, could have made him punch harder. So we don't know. But we're not going to know. All we could do is try to make our best judgment on if we think Ryan is doing it on purpose, because that matters, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely does. But I think he knows. This is what I think believe happened. He knows the New York State Athletic Commission is going to come down on him. Okay. I think he's trying to save public face, and he's trying to make it easier for the Athletic State Commission to give him a slap on the wrist. And this is why. At the end of the day, we have 5 individuals that pull in a lot of money in boxing: Canelo Alvarez, Gervonta Davis, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Ryan Garcia. Let's say those are the top 5. Everybody else is kind of nowhere near that. Okay. If you remove Ryan Garcia from the economy of boxing, right, that is a large chunk of money that's going to be lost globally from Ryan Garcia. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to lose money. And I believe that the New York State Athletic Commission understands that the value of Ryan Garcia and he means more to the sport financially, and they cannot suspend him as bad as they did when they did Amir Khan. Amir Khan, they gave him 2 years. Ryan Garcia is suspended 2 years. He's going to take that money and he's going to take his talents and do it somewhere else where they cannot benefit off of it. So I believe that all of this taking so long at this point, because we're in June. It's June. The fight happened in April. That they're trying to come up with some type of reason to make it look like a fair decision to where both parties win and they can just sweep this under the rug, because it's taken far too long, in my opinion, Marco, to come down with this decision. And I believe this is why. They need to come up with some type of reason where they could give him a slap on the wrist, because he means way too much to the economy of this sport. And that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? And I think, oh, look, he took it by accident. Okay, guys, he took it by accident. We're going to suspend him because it did go in his body, but we're not going to give him something crazy. He may face 6 months because Ryan is just worth too much to the culture of boxing. That's just my take on the situation. But it's not like it's the NFL, the NBA, where they have TV rights that people are bidding and paying billions of dollars a year. Most boxing fights don't get thousands of people watching it. That's just the facts,
Right.
And I just believe that they're weighing in all of this, even though it may be a situation where it's not what's the word I'm looking for? It's not morally the right move, but I don't think they're thinking morally right now. I think they're thinking more financial. And you got to think about it, Marco. We just lost 2 fighters, died in the last month and a half, 2 months.
I know.
That's something that we cannot just ignore. Nobody's even talking about that. So whether he did it accidental or not, he could have killed Devin Haney if that's the case. So we really have to keep all of this into consideration. And I think nobody in boxing is really talking about these other things. And I think that Ryan is going to walk away with a slap on the wrist. I just think they're looking for a good reason. That's how I feel about it. But I really want to see what happens tomorrow. But I'll tell you this: Bill Haney is not taking his foot off the gas. He is trying to get him. He's going, I want him banned for life. He could have killed my son. But what Bill Haney doesn't realize is that Ryan Garcia is more valuable than his son to the sport of boxing. As messed up as that sounds, that is the actual facts at this point.
I mean, I don't know about. I just think that he might have not done it on purpose. So if he didn't do it on purpose, that's a big difference. Obviously, people.
Oh, 100%.
You know, that makes all the. If he did it on purpose, then yeah, he should be banned from the sport. If he's trying to cheat, he should be banned. But there's no way we'll know. There's no way. There's just no.
Listen, in the NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, even if you didn't do it on purpose, which a lot of these guys don't do it on purpose, they still are facing suspension.
I'm not saying he should get suspended,
but I think they're looking for a reason to suspend them where it won't affect them too much. Remember, boxers don't fight 5 times a year. Ryan Garcia may give us 1 a year now. So if he gets a year suspension, what's actually a year to Ryan Garcia?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what I believe, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, he still performed with it in his system, whether he did it purposely or he did not.
Right.
And whenever you take these tests, I had Gerald McCoy on, and he was like, whenever you deal with testing, there's a list of the banned substances that you can't take. And they break it. They literally break. Like you're supposed to give your stuff in to what you're taking during camps and stuff like that. And that's how these guys get caught. That's how you know what I'm saying? So, somebody said who contaminated his supplements? I don't know. Some supplements have that in there, and it's not supposed to be in there. It's not on the label. That's the quote. That's what Ryan's going with. We're going to find out more so tomorrow, Tuesday, when they hold this press conference. But at the end of the day, Ryan's not going to get suspended, nothing crazy. He's not. I mean, he's doing everything in his power to make it look like it's an accident and make it easier for the commission to come up with a decision. That's what I believe. Now, whether he took it on purpose or not, I don't know. But I do know this. Ryan, without boxing, this is just the facts. Boxing without Ryan is less money in the sport. And we all know what fight's coming up. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis will happen within the next year. Mark my words, Marco, it's coming.
I don't think so.
Marco, I will bet you this. Listen, I'll tell you this. If the fight doesn't happen within the next year and a half or 2 years, I will pay for your thing where you get the little tattoo right here. I got you. I'm telling you it's going to happen, Marco, within the next year or so.
No, I don't think so. For 2 reasons.
Why?
The weight difference.
He said he'll go up to 140.
Who?
Gervonta.
When did you say that?
You didn't see it? Gervonta said, it was on Ellie Stepback's thing. It was one of his videos. He goes, I won't fight him at 135. I'll go up to 140, but I won't do 143. That's what he said, and I want the rematch. That's what he said. It was after the Canelo fight. He's walking. It's a video of him walking with Ellie Stepback, and he says he'll go up to 140. So already Gervonta's already saying it. They're acting like best friends. He sold $1.2 million on the first one. Ryan is hotter now. Come on, man. It's all about money.
I don't think he's going to do it. I talked to his coaches. They say that he'd rather do 130 than go up to 140.
He said this is what he said.
I'm sure he said it. A lot of people said Canelo said he'll never fight a Mexican, and look who he fought in the last fight.
There's too much.
People say a lot of shit.
You're talking Gervonta's going to make how much guaranteed if he fights Ryan?
I think Gervonta doesn't want to take that risk.
Let's make a bet. If the fight happens within the next year and a half, you have to wear the wig of my choice in the next interview and admit I was right.
I ain't doing that.
Come on, Marco.
I don't bet because you could be right, obviously, but I don't think it's going to happen. But you never know.
I know it's going to happen. I feel it.
I think Gervonta is going to try and move on to fight people he hasn't fought. I think he's more interested in doing that.
Bro, 1.2 million buys. He hasn't come close to that.
Yeah, and it'll be a bigger fight now if they fight too.
They're going to clear 2 million. He's probably going to get guaranteed about 50, 60 million. That's not including pay-per-view. Come on, Marco. It's all about money. And Gervonta's acting hella nice. He's defending Ryan online. He's saying how Ryan's not a cheater. Ryan's telling him, I love you, bro. We're going to run it again. I don't want to hear that BS. This fight is going to happen again. And I
we'll see.
I don't think it's going to be a different result, but it will happen again.
We'll see.
But on that note, I'm going to let you go. I know you're busy. You know, you're looking sharp. You know what I mean? Always. Congratulations on the podcast with Lennox Lewis. I like him without the braids. Thank God he got that. You know what I mean?
Damn, I just found fucking Instagram just banned me for just blocked me for 3 days because I put up a video of Deontay of the Wilder fight. I guess a copyright infringement.
Oh yeah, well, I don't even want to use none of stuff. I got shadow banned. That's why on my YouTube page my views started getting down because YouTube shadow banned me for using. I'm like, you know what? I'm not using anybody.
What shadow ban mean?
So what happens is you get a copyright strike because you used whatever, and they'll take away your monetization stuff, and then they'll take you out of the algorithm. So now, whenever you're on YouTube, let's say Marco posts a video, they'll put in the algorithm of the similar stuff that's out there. You know what I'm saying? But now that they shadow ban you, they take it out of the algorithm. So now people won't see you online live and things of that nature, and they block you. It sucks.
How long does that last for?
The last couple months, and you just got to get it back going. Yep.
Damn. And yours was what, for copyright? Same shit?
Yeah, dude, for like 2-3 months, and I'm starting. I just got it back.
Yeah, because my shit dropped quite a bit recently too. I got a copyright thing. I think it was, you know what it's been? Anytime I put up these Turkey Al Sheikh fights.
Yeah, no, so that makes a lot of sense. Turkey Al Sheikh came out and was like, "Yo, I lost over $100 million, 20 million people streamed." So he's really looking into the copyright stuff. So I would stay away from him, even though it's promotion. But I would definitely stay away.
Yeah,
from
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I can't put up his shit because what was the last fight that he had there?
The 5-on-5 you just had.
No, the one before that.
It was the Usyk fight, Fury.
Yep, those got fucking pulled off too.
Yeah, don't play with it, bro. Just don't even anything with.
I didn't realize. I wouldn't have done it if I knew. I don't want to be now. I'm fucking off Instagram. I can't use it for 3 days.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Millions of fucking views. Now I can't even use it.
And now it'll follow you to YouTube too, so you better watch out.
It probably already did. I didn't even check.
As long as they didn't take your stuff away, you're still in the loop. But I had my stuff taken away for almost 2-3 months. I couldn't monetize at all.
They didn't take it away from me, but
they do the strike. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, they could take down your whole channel. But on that note, Marco, let me get to these screaming kids in the background, man.
I'm a man.
If you're free tomorrow, I would definitely want to see this press conference. I want to talk to you about it. My God.
Let's do that. All right, peace.
We out of here. Shout out to my man Marco. Make sure y'all tune in to him. We out.